Well, here we go again. Prince Harry is back in headlines, this time for what was supposed to be a private meeting with King Charles. But just days later, details somehow found their way into the press. Sound familiar? According to reports from the Daily Mail, Harry managed to secure a rare face-to-face with his father at Clarence House, a meeting that lasted just 54 minutes. That's right, less than an hour, after nearly 18 months apart. And while Prince William is spending days with their father up in Balmoral, Harry's audience felt more like a quick drop-in or a bureaucratic pit stop. Sources say it felt less like a heartfelt reunion and more like a formal diplomatic meeting. Not exactly tea and crumpets by the fire, but Harry, ever the hopeful son, came bearing gifts. He reportedly handed Charles a framed photo of himself, Meghan, and their 2 children. Sweet? Maybe. But considering the couple's very public fallout with the royal family, some are calling it desperate, almost like a PR stunt wrapped in a picture frame. Let's be honest. After Oprah, the Netflix doc, Spare, and the Spotify fallout, handing over a glossy family portrait kind of feels like putting a bandage on a bullet wound. You can almost picture Charles holding it up to the light, checking it for hidden microphones. Now, here's where it gets even more eyebrow-raising. Just days after the meeting, sources began leaking Harry's alleged reaction to the press, describing the encounter as overly formal and emotionally distant. But let's ask the real question. Who are these anonymous insiders who somehow know exactly what Harry felt? Palisades? Royal staffers? Or is this just Team Sussex running interference again? And the narrative? It's all over the place. One outlet says the reunion was warm and tearful, full of hugs and emotion. Another says it was cold, stiff, and more like a diplomatic handshake than father-son chat. Which is it? Were they embracing like long-lost family? Or posing like awkward politicians? Meanwhile, Prince William has been quietly spending quality time with King Charles at Balmoral, with 0 leaks, no media frenzy, and no desperate headlines. Just a future king building steady trust with the current one. But Harry? He clocks in, delivers his framed family photo, makes headlines, and jets back to Montecito. Like clockwork. And let's talk about that photo for a second. Insiders say it's the Sussexes' subtle attempt to have their image show up somewhere. Maybe even on Charles's desk during the King's annual Christmas broadcast. But here's the thing. Charles hasn't featured family photos in his Christmas messages for years. The last few have been noticeably minimalist, with a focus on service and stability, not family drama. In fact, his coronation speech had no family photos on display, only a nod to Queen Elizabeth. That's not by accident. So what's really going on here? Well, some royal watchers believe this brief meeting was Harry's latest attempt to keep one foot in the royal circle, despite walking away from the firm years ago. But if that's the case, the door he's trying to wedge open seems to be slowly, but firmly, closing. And let's not forget the broader context. Just this month, Queen Camilla and King Charles made a point of hosting William and Kate for a multi-day stay at Balmoral, reaffirming their place as the future of the monarchy. No leaks, no drama, just unity. Harry, on the other hand, gets a 54-minute audience and a slew of conflicting headlines before the dust even settles. So, where does this leave him? Back in Montecito, with another media cycle focused on how private meetings always seem to become public drama. Another reminder that when you burn bridges on international television, you can't be shocked when the invites stop coming. At the end of the day, it seems Prince Harry's reconnection tour might be less about healing family ties